Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the WeCrochet Facebook page and the WeCrochet YouTube channel. We are back here again on a Wednesday to get to chat with you and share a brand new cowl that's coming up. You guys are going to hear about it first. You're going to get a special insider look at it. So we are so excited to get to share it with you today. Before we do that, as people start to trickle in, I just want to share a couple things. Today is the very last day to get your 15% off Brava minis. So go ahead and check out those mini packs. We also have a 20% off all books, physical printed books. So go ahead and check that out as well and grab some of those. As you're watching, go ahead and put in your questions, your comments, what you're working on, all those types of things over in the chat. We have Leah, our marketing manager here, who's going to be putting in links for us and helping to answer questions. And we'll be able to answer the questions live with our wonderful guest that I'm going to introduce in just a minute. So thank you all for joining us, and we're going to start bringing our guests in, and I'm going to start with this one because I get to share this off. The last time we had these guests here, we talked about the gumdrop top, and I think that's what it's called, the gumdrop top. We'll put a link in here so you can grab the pattern. It's done in our Hawthorne speckled yarn, or at least mine is. I can't remember if that's the original pattern, what it uses, but it does use Hawthorne. And so I finished mine, and I am so excited to get to wear it today. And the wonderful designer of this pattern is Michelle from MJ's Off the Hook. Welcome.
Hi. Yes, and I did use speckle, Katelyn. Okay. And now I wish that I'd worn mine too. We could have been twinning it.
We could have been, but that's okay. You have another beautiful sweater on, so, you know, we can't go wrong there. So we have Michelle here from MJ's Off the Hook. If you don't already know her, go ahead and check out all of her socials and everything else. You're going to fall in love with all of these designers that we have. Leah just went and put in the link to MJ's Off the Hook, so you can find that. And don't forget, you can search for Michelle in our search box on the website, and you'll see all of her patterns that we have. And if you click on one, you can click on her name as the designer, and you'll see all of her patterns. And that goes for all of our guests today. We have all of their patterns linked on the website. So let's also bring in Hannah. Hi, Hannah.
Hi, how are you?
Good. So this is Hannah from Hand Jan Crochet. She's also part of the team that we're talking with today, and has a plethora of wonderful designs as well. So you can do the same thing with her name, Hannah Cross, over on our website. And again, the links are going in there, so you guys will have those too. If you have any questions for these ladies, please let us know. Oh, I have to just share this. We got a comment that Shirley is obsessed with MJ's mosaic patterns. So beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes. We have a couple on the site, and they always I have to check them out. I haven't made a mosaic one yet. We'll get there one day.
I just uploaded the new beanie, the mosaic beanie. So it should be going soon because I just put it into IDP yesterday.
Awesome. Yeah, it takes just a couple days till it gets up there, so it'll be there very soon. So also we have Miss Marley Bird from Marley Bird.
Hello.
So Marley is a little bit of an outlier to this group because the last time we had them on, we had Michelle, we had Hannah, and we had our last guest, Briana, and they were all part of their crochet along. This time they're teaming up with Marley Bird as well. So we get to chat with her again. Some of my favorite ladies right here all together. This is a joy for me because I don't get to catch up with them very much. And so this is a really great excuse to get to chat with all of them. So thank you for putting this together, ladies, so we could have you on and share and gush and chat. So
we're so excited. We've been talking about Marley joining us for a couple months. So behind the scenes, we've just been thrilled. So we're excited to have her here today. She's a legend.
I was stressed out about it though.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, oh, you guys are this established trio that is just amazing. And I'm like, here I come. I don't want to ruin this.
To ask you though, I'm like, we're gonna ask Marley, the legend, to join us, and maybe she'll say yes.
But well, I can't say no to you, Briana. So
yes, so these ladies are just phenomenal designers. You've probably seen them around our website and all around the internet. So make sure that you are following each of them individually if you don't already, because you won't be disappointed in what you see. Marley specifically is a knitter and crocheter. So is Briana. Michelle and Hannah, do you guys do knitting too? I can't remember, like off the top of my head.
No.
I do knit, but I
Okay.
don't. Well, I have designs, but I've never published anything.
Not a problem. We all love crochet here, and that's why we're all chatting. So
Hey,
it's
I have
always
some videos that could help you out there, Michelle, if you need any help.
seamless little
Specifically for By Crafty. So like you could, they're knitting lessons for crocheters. Just saying, just throwing that out there.
I don't have time
I
to
was
do
going to say time.
I know.
I have way too many crochet projects on the go that I need to finish.
Yep.
Yes, the story of the yarn stash, right? It just keeps accumulating because you think you're going to do it. I don't even know how you guys handle it as a designer. I mean, I guess because you're just making what you really love to make. But, every time you guys put out a pattern, I kind of go, oh, man, here goes another one on my list. But like in the best way possible, because I can't stop making your designs. I really can't say there's like one that I haven't liked or haven't put on my list. So, I mean, that's kind of an odd thing. So,
oh, come on. I know you have a couple of mine that you and I both were like, what were we thinking?
okay, maybe one or two.
Yeah. Let's be honest.
So I guess we should share too just a little bit of history here. I used to work for Marley before I came over here to WeCrochet. So we've got a long history there. And I also know the other three ladies from all of their work and working with them together before. So again, this is like a little fun girl chat here. And I'm so excited that you guys all get to join us in it. So I'm just looking here. Oh, so this is kind of funny. We got a comment here from over on YouTube that it's like the Super Bowl of crochet designers. I love that so much. So yeah, sorry, I get a little distracted trying to read the comments, making sure we don't miss out on any questions, but so far there aren't any. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by sharing my screen so that I can show all of you what we're talking about today. The classic cable crochet collection. I have to say it slow or I get very tongue-tied over all of this. This is the landing page about everything we're going to talk about today. We're going to put it over in the chat. You can see how on this page, the different patterns you're going to make, the designers, all the information that you need about the crochet along is what we're going to be talking about today. So that's the link where you're going to want to go to sign up and join in. So let's get started on this one. Last time you guys were on here, you were talking about remind me what it was called. I cannot remember right now.
Cozy collection, wasn't it?
Cozy collection.
Yes. And so they were on, we had some hats, we had some mittens, we had the socks, and we had a lot of fun. And this time they brought Marley in to do this cable collection. And so why don't you guys tell us a little bit about when it starts and how people can sign up for it?
Who wants to go?
Oh,
Not me.
Luna.
Luna wants to go. Sure. All right.
Yeah.
We'll do it. So we're doing it a little bit different this time because we heard you last time. We heard your feedback of you wanted a bit more time to order supplies. So we decided to do an early bird special that starts today to reserve your spot and get the supply list. So if you do want to purchase all 4 beautiful patterns, they're absolutely stunning, and reserve your spot in our crochet along event, we are offering an early bird special today where it's 20% off, and that will go away as soon as this period of time is over. And then on the 15th of April, this cable collection will launch live and you'll get the PDF download. And then the crochet along will officially begin on the 2nd of May. And that's when we'll have them posted on our blogs. And you can join along then too. And we'll be highlighting 1 pattern a week for the month of May, starting with Michelle's pattern. It's going to be a lot of fun. I just want to say, if you've never done cables, now's the time to join us because it's not as intimidating as you think. And there's a reason why we like to work together as designers. And a lot of that has to do with the way we produce our content. So every single one of us is going to have a video to guide you through every single step. So you've got all those visuals going on. So there's no reason to be intimidated. If you're looking at that early bird special today and you look at our designs and you're like, I don't know, I've never done cables. Just throw that aside. You can do this. You are with the best designers in the industry. I'm kind of tooting our own horns here because I've seen their patterns so far and they're amazing. So do not hesitate to jump in today with that early bird special. She's being awful. Let's just like, she's being awful.
She's a
I should get an award for remembering some of that stuff as she's squawking around in my lap. Like, come on.
I would agree that the patterns are phenomenal for this collection. Let's start off with Michelle a little bit since you're the first week that's coming up. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your project, what yarn you're using, and maybe, I don't know, inspiration or whatever you want to tell us kind of about what your project is?
Okay, I have a little one here. So I made baskets. We all did home decor because we thought May, this time of year, home decor would be the perfect thing to be making. So I did baskets and I use the Celtic weave, which I just love. This cable is so pretty and it's perfect for baskets. It's nice and sturdy. It's heavy. So I did use billow, but I also use dishy as an alternative. So the billow is 2 strands held together. Or if you're using dishy, you would do 3 strands. And I actually give you a little tip. You may know it, you may not, but how you can make 3 strands out of 1 strand to make it super bulky. So I give you that little tip in the pattern. So this is the cable working in the round, which I find for this cable, it's so easy actually to do. It looks so complicated and intricate, but you only need to do front post treble crochets when you're doing this stitch. So it actually is a lot easier than you think, and working it in the round makes it really good because you're not having to turn or anything doing the reverse side. Oh, and there's also 3 sizes. So I have 3 sizes here. So the nesting baskets, they all go together, and yeah, they're just nice for the home. Shove your yarn in them. Of course, that's what I'll do with mine, right? Right, girls? They'll end up holding my yarn. More yarn storage.
Yeah, I totally love that. And, when you're doing baskets or containers of that sort, you do have to be careful on what yarn you're using. And although gauge isn't as necessary for these projects, it still is because you need it to be a tight enough fabric that it's going to keep its shape. So many times I see these amazing basket patterns or bags or whatever, people try to make them and then they get floppy and then they fall over and they don't work as well. And I mean, just look at how well that stands up by itself. And there's no lining in that. Like, it's just straight crochet, which makes it super phenomenal as well.
Yeah. And what I suggested too in the video, if they're starting to make it and it is flopping, to go down a hook size. Right? That's like, you just need to tighten up because sometimes, I find that with anyone, right, they may crochet a little looser than me, or they're using a bit different yarn. Just drop the hook size and you want it nice and sturdy.
Awesome. All right. So who's week 2?
I think it's Briana.
Yeah,
Briana?
That's what I put in the. That's what I put on the thing.
Yes. So I'm week 2, and so since we're doing home decor with this one, I did a poof. I can grab it in just a second, but first I just want to talk about the yarn we're talking about, which is the billow. So I'm going to move my camera here for a second. So I wanted just to notice when you are working with billow, you might be surprised if you've never worked with it before as you go ahead and take it from a hank to a ball that it is a bit thick and thin. If you can see how we have some thick parts here and then some thin parts. I actually really love that about billow. And one of the reasons why is because when you get to do your home decor pattern, it adds some texture to it. So this is the poop with a nice cable. And the yarn, by doing the thick and thin, she knows this is her bed, has a nice texture to it. So I just did cables on one side of this. I did them a little bit different than maybe you've seen before. That's why I suggest joining us for this event if you've never done cables before, because we're not just going to teach you one way to do cables. There's more than one way to do cables. And you'll notice there's not any holes in this. I have this stuffed with those like little tiny beads that could pop through crochet if it wasn't done right with cables. And so this doesn't have any holes or gaps because I do a little bit of a different technique. super easy. I also have a video, so don't get nervous about doing it, but it's really fun to have these popping cables and these popping front post lines that go across here. I have 2 sizes for this. This is a size, once I made one that's a bit taller in the lighter color. I knew that, like, well, the reason why I knew is because Luna kept jumping on it. I knew that she would want a little bit of a dog bed. So I'm actually going to be taking some stuffing out of this, so it's like scoops down a little bit more for her, because I kind of shape it as I move it around. She's like, stop. But she loves it. She loves like hopping on this. You can like make a little dog or a cat bed, or a poof to like rest your feet on. If you have like a chair, sit it in a room. You can even sit on it if you need to, a little bit extra seating if you have a lot of people over. Or I kind of like it too for a cute side table, throw a tray on top, and it's really, really nice. Maybe now she'll be good and go to sleep. So yeah, this is my project that will be the second week in May.
So there is a question about what you stuff your poof with, and if it's in the pattern, we don't have to cover it. But if not, maybe you could give a suggestion for stuffing things like
I wrote this in there too. I actually do have some suggestions. So with this, it's these little beads that you can order online. They're very, very lightweight. So if you want something really lightweight, but I'm always a thinker on stuff like this. I put a zipper on both of mine for several reasons. One, easier to wash if a dog's going to use it, because we know how dogs are. You can take out the lining. And then 2, because if your kids have a ton of Beanie Boo stuffed animals like mine do, it is great for storage. You can take your kids' stuffed animals and just like unzip, shove them into this poof, and all of a sudden the room is much cleaner and it looks cuter. And so that's another reason. I can even shove her dog toys in it if I wanted to. Or you can, if you don't want to use a zipper or anything like that. I also am always for reusing things. If you have any old pillows, old cushions, take out that stuffing, shove it inside here, and just stitch it closed. And then
It's like the ultimate upcycle, recycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
I love to hear there's a zipper on it. I actually bought my kids like 2 Christmases ago. It's supposed to be like a beanbag chair, and then that's what you do with it, is you put all the stuffed animals in it, and then they're like contained, but it's something usable instead of like a basket, or not that a basket's not usable, but you know what I mean? Like they can leave it out in their room and like jump on it, as opposed to having everything in a basket that they've got to dig. So.
Because they don't ever want me to get rid of their stuffed animals, even some I haven't touched for a long time. They will not let me get rid of it. So it's kind of a good option. Like, hey, it's not going away, but it's also not just going to be all over your room, and organize it better. And if they want to get them out, it's just unzip and get them out. So I like it for that. Yeah,
exactly. All right. So let's bring Hannah in. I believe she's week number 3. Is that right?
I am. Yeah.
All right.
Yes,
so go ahead and tell us about your project.
So I've designed a pillow, which is kind of morphed then into a wall hanging, and it's basically a square. So I'll hold up the colored version. So I have gone for it a bit, and I've done corner to corner cables in color work, but you don't have to do this version if you don't want to. You can do the plain one. I don't know if you can see it behind me. There's the wall hanging version. And so you basically just do 20 rows worth of an increase with your cables magically appearing in the middle, and then your 20 rows of a decrease, and they disappear. And so like, I really want to make a blanket with this as well. So it literally is just the square design, but it teaches you 2 different types of cables and how to work increases and decreases to do it corner to corner.
It's so brilliant.
Yeah,
when I saw him, I was like, that is so brilliant.
I was like, is it too complicated? It's probably too complicated, but like the video for just the square is like an hour long. I've gone through it really slowly. And then I've done a separate video for how to put the wall hanging together if people want to do that. So I've gone like proper baby steps with it.
That's so cute.
I love having the wall hanging option because I'll be honest, pillows don't really work in my house, like on a couch and stuff. I've got 2 young boys and they're just
same
all over everything. And so I've got to keep my wares like, separate. So I love the wall hanging to decorate like an office, a bedroom, or whatever else. And 2, like Hannah's saying, because it's a square, you can kind of keep adding squares to make it a blanket or to make it into kind of whatever you want. Maybe you want a long rectangular pillow or something along those lines. It really gives that option.
I think it would be really good in different yarn weights as well. Like because then you could make your motifs in whatever yarn weight you want until it's the size that you want it to be for a wall hanging or blanket or whatever.
Right. Awesome. We do have a question here about the scarf that you are wearing. If you could tell us what that is.
Oh, it's a very old design. I don't even know if it's published. I will check. It's called the Sea Glass bandana or something. It's free on my blog. It's definitely free on my blog.
Awesome. So there you go. You can go check that one out too. And then last but certainly not least, we have Marley Bird, who is rounding us out in the crochet along. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your project?
I made a blanket and it's cabled, shocker. They're called Inishmore cables. So it's the Inishmore cabled or crochet cabled blanket. And when you do this blanket, you do the post stitches on the right side with single crochets, and then you do post stitches. And on the wrong side, you do double crochets behind all those post stitches. So there is not a gap one between any of the cables. It's a very solid fabric. So it's like there's the post stitch, but there's solid fabric behind it. So it's a very fun, I'm just turning it all around the place. Very simple pattern. I made the baby blanket size. The pattern is written all the way up to a throw size. That's about it. What else do I say?
Gorgeous. That's what we say.
I love that
gorgeous.
cable. That is really beautiful.
Isn't that fun?
It's stunning.
It looks like it's, once you learn the cable, it's just going to keep repeating as you work it longer and longer. So I really like that too.
And the cool part is like in the parts where the cables aren't crossing, where it's just traveling stitches, I actually don't do like, it's not like 2 stitches, then 1 stitch behind you. It's just traveling stitches. So it's a very easy thing to do. So there are not a whole lot of cables in it. There's a lot of post stitches, but the actual cables where all the crosses are, that there aren't that many. So it's relatively easy. I did a very simple border because when you're done with the blanket, I just want it to be done. So I'm like, this is where we are.
Nobody likes borders.
I love that border though.
I think it works perfectly because you've got all the details in the cable, and then you just finish it off and make it pretty.
I learned this very simple border from Tamara Kelly from Moogly Blog, because I was complaining to her one day about adding a border. She goes, you know what I do? I always do like a single crochet and a chain 3 or a chain 2 and then a single crochet in the same stitch. Then she skips one and then does it again in the next. She goes, it looks great on everything. I was like, sold. So it's great.
Love it. I love it.
There you go.
He also says it's a great border. So you've got a lot of fans there. And
I made it myself. And if you know me at all, that's a very big deal because I usually contract out everything. So
it will be another MMDI. Marley made me do it.
Marley made me do it.
I love that. Yes.
Okay, so here's a question that we got from Kathy. Are the 4 patterns the same level of difficulty, and can a beginner accomplish each? So that also then says, I know you guys put yours in order, but is there one you suggest if they've never done cables before, they should start there and maybe a progression? I know Marley's and Briana's are kind of a different type of, not different type, but not the traditional way you would do it, because normally you don't do a double crochet in there, which is making your fabric and everything else. So what do you guys have to say?
I would suggest, oh, sorry, Briana, go.
No, go ahead, Hannah.
I would just say, watch all the content first. I would say, watch all the videos, see what makes most sense to you. Because some things, I struggle with people saying, are things suitable for beginners? Because like some things click for some people and they don't for others. You could be really experienced and something might not click for you. So I would say watch all of the videos first, then decide what to make.
Okay, and I'll add to that. I'll say if you have gone through By Crafty Bootcamp, you can do all of these patterns. Absolutely can do these patterns. The only one I think that might trip you up a little bit, just because it's something unique, would be Hannah's. Not in the sense that you can't do it. I think you could absolutely do it with her video, and I think that's That's the selling point. Is you guys know, I tell you all the time, you can do anything, especially if the pattern is well written, it has quality instructions to it, and you believe in yourself. I know that you can complete that. So honestly, all of you out there who are By Crafty boot campers, you could do all of these patterns, and they are just enough unique and different and thrilling that they're going to keep your interest.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And I'm going to add, if you guys don't mind, that the reason why you should jump on this is because it is basically a class. I know we're calling it an event and a crochet along, but you really have 4 very interactive designers at your disposal for this. We will be interacting in our community groups. We're not just like saying, here's a pattern, now go try and figure it out on your own. We're saying, come join us.
Yeah.
Come learn these methods and learn different ways. For me, I need a lot of stimulation when it comes to crocheting. I don't like to make something more than once. If I have to make it twice, I just want to go vomit. I don't know why. It's just me. So I love that we have 4 unique patterns, 4 unique ways of doing cables. And then that lets you find your passion and lets you find and explore and discover what you like about crochet cables. And the beginner question, I agree, is super hard, because for me, I'm like, well, with us, I think you can.
Yep.
Because we are here for you. We'll be in our community groups. We'll be, talking about this a lot. It's the perfect course, really, to join to learn this.
It really is. It's quality content. I love, and you know what? Here's the cool thing. Did you guys even realize, like, none of us really talked about what kind of cables we were going to do? Like, really, like, we didn't decide, oh, I'm going to do this cable, you do this sort of cable. Like, it all just kind of naturally happens, which is phenomenal, And so you do get a good variety of cable making content items. And they aren't super huge. So if you're like, I'm Briana, I'm like you. If I have to make something twice, I don't want to do it. And sometimes, like, I'll be in a cable project and I'm like, I just want this to be done, right? These projects aren't so big that they're just going to be daunting forever. I made this blanket in 48 hours. No joke. And it's not even 48 hours. I made it Saturday and a Sunday. And so I wasn't up 24 hours each day. So I made it over a weekend. So you could too. Yeah, that's it.
Super snackable projects.
Yeah, that's a good. That's a good.
And I just want to bring this up one more time. I did have this up for a little bit here, but let me bring it up one more time so you guys can all see. This link is in the chat. We can throw it back in there again. Reminder that today you can get 20% off. You can go ahead and click the buttons that are on here. You'll get 20% off of your purchase price. And here you can see that, inside your ebook, if you get it, you get all of the patterns in your ebook. You get video tutorials for each pattern. You get to participate in the CAL. You get tips on choosing alternate yarns. You get inspiration for color combinations. You get discounts for their stores. And you get a bonus down here if you keep scrolling all the way down to the end. Where did it go? A little bit further. Okay, I know it's here. I saw it. I guess
we love looking at it as you get there.
Oh no, where did it go?
What is it you're looking for?
Oh, never mind. It's on the sales page. I'm on the wrong page. Yeah. If you click the button to go to the sales page, you'll see at the bottom of the page, there's 8 bonus patterns that you can get in there as well. Yeah. That are also cable patterns to keep going. And here's a little calendar too for you that April 6th, which is today, the early bird starts. So you can pre-order. If you pre-order, you're going to get your supply list, and that's it. Like, you're just getting a placeholder, so to speak. And then on April 15th, when the CAL launches, you will be able to get your ebook then. But the price is going up at that point. So go ahead and grab it now. And then the start of the CAL is on May 2nd. Then there's May 9th, May 16th, and May 23rd. So all of the information is right there over on that landing page for everything that you will need.
Yep. And for those who do go, like Katelyn said, to the page to purchase this awesome cable collection, we know you're going to love it. We are that confident that we are offering at a very incredibly low price another collection that is either home decor or cables if you want to keep going with it. And that's only available at checkout to expand upon what you're going to learn. We know you're going to have so much fun that we're going to make extra value. If you want to keep going, we have packaged some beautiful patterns together that will also release on the 15th when we release the collection to the early bird.
And can I clarify something? Just because, like, those of you who are my audience, this is something like it's different than any sort of cowl we've ever done. So I kind of want to just mention this. The way this works, yes, all of these patterns are going to go on each of our websites for free. They're going to be up on our websites for free. And we all know, we've all talked about this before, by having advertising on our websites, that's how we get compensated for our work, right? All of our videos are going to be on YouTube to coincide with all of these patterns. The PDF that you're purchasing is a beautifully curated collection of these patterns put together in a beautiful book format that you then have everything in one place, so that you don't have to go to each of our websites, copy and paste and do the whole rigmarole. You have everything together in one beautiful formatted PDF. So that's what you're purchasing. And then, like as Katelyn said, today is the early bird pricing. So yeah, you're going to get the supply list. And on the 15th, that's when everything is released in one big kit and caboodle. When we do these crochet alongs, we're all going to make them all together, but we're sort of, and tell me if I'm using the wrong word, guys, like hosting it on each of our own Facebook groups. So like on week 1, we have Michelle, and she'll have it in her Facebook group, and we're all still going to be there, be a part of it and interacting with one another. And then week 2, we're all with Briana. And then week 3, we're with Hannah. And week 4, bring it on home with Marley Bird in the crochet along group. Right. And so it's a really great way, not only for each of us to interact with each other's groups, because there are people in my audience, in their audience, that they don't know each of us, right? And so it's a great way to collaborate and work together, answer questions, and make sure we're all connecting, which, I mean, I've talked about this several times before. I love being able to connect and collaborate with other crochet designers, with other knit designers who are forces to be reckoned with, absolutely leaders in their field, women business owners. And these 3 women, you guys, I've worked with a lot of, I'm going to get serious here for a minute. I've worked with a lot of people over the last 16 years, right? These women are so incredibly professional, so talented. They're top notch. So for me to be a part of this is really a big deal. Like I joked around at the start that I was like, I didn't want to ruin it, right? I really didn't, because they're so incredible on their own. And so I am so honored and privileged to be a part of this. And I know that you guys are going to love their patterns, love their instructions. And those of you who are their audience, I really hope you like my stuff too. You know, I'm like, I hope I don't let you down.
Not possible.
Right. Yeah. It's a really great opportunity for all of you out there to not only learn from some of the best in the industry, but you are supporting really wonderfully successful, kind, intelligent, professional women in this industry that we all love. And you know what? A rising tide lifts all boats. So
well, you're making me get emotional.
Oh, but it's so true. It's so true. I only speak the truth.
And I think just like everyone out there listening right now who's listening to us, and my dog now barking in the garage, we don't always like to crochet alone. There are times where I'm like, I need to be left alone. I need my children not to be asking me a million questions. I don't want to hear about Minecraft. I want to crochet. But there's so many times where we love to crochet with other people. It's just so much more fun. And same for us as designers. So I feel honored to like design alongside other designers. Less lonely of a road. It really is rising tides. We all are here for each other to laugh and cry through the struggles of designing, and then put forth our best foot together. And it's just, there's something so much fun about doing it together. Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm excited for this event. And I'm so excited Marley's with us. You guys have no idea. We were all like gushing, fangirling when she said yes. So we popped the question and she said yes.
She said yes. I love it.
There was a question about the yarn, and I just want to clarify that all of the projects are designed using WeCrochet Billow, which you can go ahead and you can grab over on the website now if you want to. But they will, if you purchase the PDF, there are some other options. If you don't want to use Billow, like Michelle had said, you know, she gave the example of Dishy, but there are some adjustments that you have to do in that case because they're a different weight of yarn. So just remember that. And Briana also showed us that Billow is a different type of yarn where it's like a thick and thin not drastically, but you will notice a thick and thin throughout using it. Okay. Before we finish up or talk about anything else, I do want to say we have a giveaway today, and all you need to do is one comment over in the Facebook page comments. You have to go over to Facebook to do it. You just need one comment because the tool that we use will, eliminate duplicates. So everybody gets one entry into the giveaway, and we are giving away 6 hanks of billow. 6. So that'll get you started on it'll help you do Michelle's project or Briana's in the small version. You'll have to grab a couple more if you want to do some of the bigger projects, but we're going to get you started off with 6 billow hanks of any color that you want. You'll get to pick the color. A reminder, billow is in a hank, so you'll need to wind the ball either with a Swift and a ball winder or a really great partner, child, or chair. And you can wind it by hand.
Putting chairs back to back works well.
Yes.
I did that for a lot of years before I finally caved and just got the tools.
Same.
I was gonna say, do yourself a favor, get an umbrella Swift and the ball winder from WeCrochet. It's
they're amazing.
The best money you can spend for yourself and your craft. Just don't delay. Just get it. Get it for yourself.
Hannah just got hers, right, Hannah?
Yeah, and I don't say this lightly, but it has changed my life.
It really does. Hey, listen, I have a photograph thing that I sign my name, giving people permission to go buy something. So if you need some sort of a doctor's note to go buy yourself a Swift and a yarn winder, you can totally use the Marley Bird note and just say, Marley made me do it. I have to do it. It's you just have to do it, you guys. It's so good.
And then
I have to say that of the two, the ball winder is really great because, when you use a skein of yarn, it starts to get floppy if you don't use it all. I get out my ball winder and I wind it up into a cake so it makes it easier to then stick on a shelf or put in a box. Yeah, just like Briana has there.
Yeah.
It's also easier to frog a project because you can attach it and have it unfrog a project for you. So as you're crying about it, you just let it go.
At least it's going easier to frog.
Yeah. It makes life easier.
I also
it's
just
also
want to
good
mention
for entertaining. Sorry.
It is definitely. I also just want to mention there's a reason why all 4 of us designers are here today with WeCrochet. Amazing supporter of independent designers. We cannot thank them enough for doing this giveaway, having us on here. There's a reason why we keep coming back is because through this whole process and behind the scenes and everything, they are here for us both emotionally and to help us keep going with these type of events. So thank you so much, Katelyn, for having us again today. And thank you to everyone at WeCrochet behind the scenes. We know you work so hard to help us, so we appreciate it.
I just can't quit Katelyn. I can't quit you. I'm sorry.
No, I love these ladies so much. And as everybody knows, it's beyond the ladies that are here at WeCrochet. We definitely love all the designers that are using our yarn. They're just phenomenal people. They're working hard to make it work for them and have these wonderful businesses. And we just love to get to support all of you. So thank you for choosing us and letting us work with you guys as well. I do want to say there was a question about what Briana and Michelle are wearing. So maybe you guys could quick do that before we wrap up here.
Oh, okay. This is my long summer duster. It's done in comfy fingering. It's actually, so you don't have to make it as long, but mine goes to the floor because I love it. I love throwing it on till I go to the farmer's market. It's really nice for spring and summer. And this is over on the WeCrochet site. Yeah. Easy.
And Michelle?
Yeah, this is the Mint to V pullover, and it is on WeCrochet site as well. It's made in Mighty Stitch worsted in the color mint. I absolutely love this color, and it also has a YouTube video, and it's made in one piece. It's been probably one of my most popular garment videos on YouTube. It's been super popular. So it's made in one piece, and then you just seam up the sides. It's so easy. So if you're a beginner to garments, you want to definitely give it a try.
I love that construction. That's exactly how this one is too.
Yes.
You just work from the bottom up. You add on stitches for your sleeves, then you you cut them off, and then work the backside. It is phenomenal. It is so easy. It's different because it doesn't have the shaping to it and stuff like that. But it's a phenomenal, if you're first starting your garments, great place to start.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Well, we'll wind it down here. So thank you again so much. I mean, I feel like that's half of what we do here is just say thank you and so great to see you. But it's so true. Like we truly all, well, I mean, I speak for myself. I love all of these people and what they're doing. And I'm so happy when they get to join us. Don't forget to put a comment in on Facebook so that you can be entered to win. We'll pick a winner tomorrow and we'll send out a private message for your information and you'll get your 6 balls of billow so you can get started on the cowl. Don't forget to also use the link to go over and get the PDF now while there's the 20% discount. Perfect time to go and grab it. Leah just put in all of the all of the links to their individual pages, blogs and websites. So go ahead and check everybody out. Follow them all on social media, Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook. Follow us on all of the social medias if you're not already. We're always happy to have new people there and sharing what they're working on. And if you join the cow, please head over to our Facebook group and post pictures there of what you're making. I love getting to see it and I love getting to share with everybody else what you guys are all making. So thank you again. Don't hesitate. Go get it now. You've got wonderful teachers here to help you along the way. Thank you again. There's also the 20% off all print books. So go ahead and take advantage of that while you're grabbing your yarn. And we'll see you next week. We've got another great guest coming on next week to share some more fun things with you. So thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.